Welcome back to Craig's Corner. Today I have with me State Representative Kurt Vail. Kurt, what district do you represent?
The 52nd District, which is a north-central part on the border of Connecticut, the towns of Somers, Stafford, Union, and half of Woodstock. Probably about 30% of the border, actually, between Connecticut and Mass.
How long have you been in the legislature?
I first was elected in 2014, got sworn in 2015, so this is my sixth term.
Wow, what committees are you on?
Right now, Veterans, Government Oversight, which is a new committee that I like, Human Services, and I was on Commerce, but that was given to the new representative that just won in the special election.
That's Amy?
Amy, yep.
Of your now three committees, is there one that you particularly like the most?
Again, I get added to Government Oversight when Representative Perillo won his seat there, and they put me on there. That one is the one I find most interesting. It's a new committee. I wish we could kind of doge the state like they are at the national level. This might be a start. I doubt, knowing how things are run here, that we'll get that deep into the weeds, but I wish we would. But it's been very interesting. Human Services is got a lot of different topics to discuss in that, and obviously being on Veterans is always an honor. And I used to be, for the previous 6 years, I was the ranking member on Veterans. Now I'm just part of the committee.
Now that Government Oversight is a new committee, is there a particular initiative or hearing that was of particular interest to you on that committee?
Well, so the state auditors, now I think they used to do most of this through the GAE committee, but they come in and give us, you know, their views. They just went through DSS. So you kind of get to be part of holding government accountable a little bit. So they come and testify in front of our committee. We did land conveyances the other day, important to communities, probably not the most interesting topics in the world, but again, I think there's still some learning to be done in that committee, and I just hope we keep digging in a little bit more and a little bit more as we start to find our way.
And the audits, many times the audits have some sort of recommendation from the auditors as far as bringing the agency in line. What's the committee's role with regard to those recommendations? Do they just reiterate, or do they oversee whether or not those things are getting done?
Well, it's my understanding that if there were recommendations legislatively, that we would have those conversations and act. I don't think, again, being so new, that we've done anything yet with those reports, but I anticipate that moving forward, if recommendations are going to be made, we'll do our due diligence and try to make that happen.
Is there any particular bill or initiative that you're interested in seeing get to the finish line this session?
There's a small contractor bill that I submitted where small contractors, it was brought to me by one of my constituents. So subcontractors do the work, and sometimes they have to wait till the general contractor is paid, and they're not always able to get their money. And then after a certain amount of time goes by, they lose their ability to do it. You know the laws better than I do, the mechanics liens. And so that's available to them, but maybe this makes it so people wouldn't have to do that. So that's something, again, brought to me by a constituent. And then obviously daylight savings.
Tell us about daylight savings.
So in 2017, I put in a bill that we would go daylight savings year round, so we wouldn't move the clocks again, but would be forward, so we'd have more light in the summer, in the evening as opposed to the morning. Obviously, that should be something that's done on the national level, but it was taken a little bit more serious over time, and I know you've co-sponsored that, so thank you, and you've advocated for it. So it's gotten legs over time, and we kind of latched on to our neighboring states. So if we were to pass that, it would only go into effect if Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and New York also did it, and they're kind of overlapped with the other states as well. So we kind of work cohesively. But people say, oh, it's, you know, they don't take that bill serious, but it affects a lot of people, affects everybody. And, you know, seasonal affective disorder is an issue in the winter. And in that week, it kind of throws off our, I don't know if it's our equilibrium or something, where heart attacks actually increase, and so do car accidents. So There is some value to that. Some people want year-round standard time. They're probably morning people. I'm not. So, no, but it's been interesting. But it's hard to get that. It made it all the way to the House floor once, and then ESPN killed it. So,
Well,
yeah, that's how it goes.
yeah. What do you do when you're not here?
I do insurance, and I work at Woodstock Academy doing security. It's a new thing. I sold RVs for many years, and I just left that recently to kind of take a more simple jobs that I like and more enjoyable, and they both work well with me working here at the county. As you know, it's very difficult to manage a full-time job and be a representative simultaneously. So there's only so many different things because, for many part of the year we're not in session, but when we are in session, we have to pretty much be here full-time as we should, and not a lot of employers are able to do that. So.
Well, thank you for telling us more about you today, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Craig's Corner, because we're in your corner. Thank you, and have a good day.